Going on to you, Sagittarius. Hopefully y'all are having a good day. So for you, So for you, Sagittarius, you actually have the Moon card, the Star card, and then you, Sagittarius, have the Ten of Pentacles. Turn back hot. Strange weather. Anyway, so for you, Sagittarius, the Moon card, the Star card, and the Ten of Pentacles for you represents how y'all are in a position where for you, some of you Sagittarius may feel like some of you Sagittarius may have felt like you may not have necessarily accomplished a lot. Or you may have accomplished a lot. So it's either you think that you haven't accomplished anything, or you think that you came a long way from where you were. And the answer to that is you've accomplished a lot, compared to how some people end up living their life. You've accomplished a lot, because believe it or not, sometimes people don't accomplish anything, and they can end up being in a situation where they don't really understand that they haven't accomplished anything until they reach in their 40s. There was this viral video that went viral about a week and a half ago, of a person sitting in their car talking about how they feel like they didn't accomplish anything. And it's like, but this is what happens. This is what happens when you spend so much time wasting it. This is why it is that I talk about how, relationships, don't waste your time on relationships, chasing relationships, unless the relationship is actually like a real relationship like that. Because relationships end up turning out to be a waste of time if it's not like a real long-term relationship. Because you end up just chasing after the thrill of dysfunctional people, trying to get people to be into you and all this stuff. And for me, I can do nothing with a person that's just interested in the thrill of me liking them. But if you're talking about a significant other, now we're talking, because things can actually become accomplished. And I've talked about this a million times. You'll waste your life away if you're not careful. So the thing is that the Seven of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles here represents. And so, okay, so it's definitely this feeling of accomplishment that you've came a long way. And compared to other people, you can say that you've accomplished way more than other people can, because you have. You're in a space where you've accomplished a lot. You've accomplished a great deal compared to how some people are. They haven't accomplished anything, like I just referred to a few minutes ago. And you definitely can. A lot of you Sagittarius definitely feel proud, because you're not gonna get into however old you're gonna get into, and now you feel the crunch, you feel the pressure of, I gotta actually do something, right? Some of us are out here and we feel the pressure of, I gotta do something really early in the game. Like I said, going back to anime, I love anime, because what's one of the things that anime talks about, right? Depending on the anime, talks about coming up young. You're young, right? You're 8 years old, and then your family teaching you the game. Younger than that, your family teaching you the game. And so you already ahead of the curve than 99% of the people on the planet. Because minimum 80% of the people on the planet. Because most people don't have anybody to teach them, look, get life insurance, invest, do this, do that, create a business. A lot of people don't do that. A lot of people are wasting their time trying to get other people to be interested in them, playing games. I've talked about this before. A lot of people are caught up with playing stupid games, right? A lot of times people want to know, what is the best way to essentially get a person to be into them, act like you're not into them, which is stupid at the end of the day, because this just sets things up to be a dysfunctional relationship. Because how is a relationship supposed to move forward unless there's some sort of functionality? The whole progression, progress, the whole progression of what a relationship is that y'all got to treat each other well in order to stay with each other, to continue to learn and grow and get better. That is part of the progression. So now you have people, I don't know, like, I don't understand what's the point. Like, I don't get what's the point, right? And so the things that, the Queen of Swords, the Three of Cups, and the Eight of Cups here speaks to how, the jealousy is wild, because the way that some people come at you is really stupid, and then all that does is the Eight of Cups, right? You Sagittarius, you know that you don't want to hang around them, because what I'm seeing here is that, like, at the end of the day, they're super jealous of you, Sagittarius, right? Envious of you. And what happened? Some of these people come into your life, and what do? Now all of a sudden they have some sort of grudge against you or whatever. And it's completely meaningless. What exactly is going on? What are they doing? What's up with them? What is going on with the situation here? Right? What is up? What is happening? Right? What's going on? What's up? What's going on with this? And that's all it is that they can ultimately do, is just be jealous. The Eight of Wands and the Eight of Swords right here for you again, right? The Eight of Cups. You don't want to have anything to do with them, right? 3 8 cards. The Eight of Cups, the Eight of Swords, the Eight of Cups, the Eight of Wands, the Eight of Swords. 3 8 cards back to back to back. Right? Right? Royal flush. Anyway, the Eight of Wands and the Eight of Swords just speaks to how, like, not only do you not want anything to do with them, it's a position where you, Sagittarius, again, you learn how it is. When you learn, okay, they jealous of you, right? Every time you come around, it's going to be something. They're going to have something with you, right? It's a chip on their shoulder, something. The Eight of Wands, the Eight of Swords. That's why it is that you, Sagittarius, are thankful. That's why you hang out by yourself. Because you see a lot of people going nowhere, and a lot of people being jealous of the fact that, even not just financially, but even spiritually, they haven't accomplished anything to where you, Sagittarius, have. Some people never develop. Remember the person I was telling you about? Dude can't read and write. You coming up in people's homes and you talking wild to them. He looked me, he looked at me and he was like, oh, your peoples don't owe me $30. Your peoples owe me $50. And I'm like, dude, how you gonna tell me how much my peoples owe you? Because they've been telling me the whole time what's been going on. Nice game that you running, dude. He just looked at me. That's a low-level Sagittarius. Because that kind of mentality, you wilding out over $400. Not even $400, really $200. But you trying to get $200 extra, using skullduggery in order to do it. Come on, yo. That ain't gonna work. That's a low-level Sagittarius. But for you high-level Sagittarius, a lot of the people whom you used to know, they're not doing anything near to the degree that you Sagittarius are doing. Let's clarify the Eight of Swords. Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Cups, the Lovers, Queen of Swords, and then the Empress. To clarify, the Eight of Swords, right? Which is the freeing of the mind, actually, for you, Sagittarius. The Knight of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups, the Lovers, right? You freed your mind. Freed your mind even from things like love, you know, romantic love and all of that. You know, you could love somebody, you could love them from afar. They don't have to love you up close. I've talked about stuff like this before. I don't, you know, you could love somebody from afar, just like somebody can love you from afar, you know. You don't have to be super close with them in order for you to actually feel something for them. But it's the principle of like holding on and allowing this attachment to be something that holds you back. And a lot of you Sagittarius, you know, you're not even allowing your own attachment to a person and the love that you may feel for them to even hold you back. And so now you have the Queen of Swords and the Empress. And the Queen of Swords is about, like, you know, nothing that they basically can show you is, or act like they're not rocking with you, is going to help. You Sagittarius pretty much have freed yourself even from that attachment. Good. Because what it is that, you know, you got to get to a point where nothing and no one really holds you back, not even your attachments to a particular person. You know, I have my own attachments to certain things in the past, had to let it go. And it sounds like, what do you mean? Because what it is that what was the point, right? You Sagittarius felt the same way too. Like, what's the point, right? You trying to do everything you possibly can to hold on to a person that is focused on doing things the wrong way. You know, people, when it comes to socializing, people are so dysfunctional and they got so much going on. I can't even get all the way in it. I can't say certain things on YouTube, but the dysfunction is so wild. You will find yourself being in a weird situation where you love the person and you're trying to get the person to do right even for themselves. They won't even do right even for their own benefit, because that's how dysfunctional they are. They'd rather do everything wrong than you ever seen those type of people? They got all this list of demands of what it is that they're supposed to be, what they want. Excuse me, they got this list of demands of what it is that they want and what they act like they're supposed to be, or what they want in these relationships, and they just look dysfunctional. You know, you could tell that they're trying to climb the socio-economic ladder, and it's like, it's just not working. They don't understand that it requires hard work. It don't matter. They don't understand that if you don't do it, you know what I'm saying? Like, if they don't do it, they don't move up. They don't understand how. They're just deluded. You understand what I'm saying? And so nothing that any of your attachments has done. Let's just say you in love with a person. Nothing of those attachments, nothing that they've done is affecting you, because you Sagittarius have realized or figured out or come to the conclusion that no matter what is the case, they're not worth you slowing down your potential. That if you have to choose, you reaching your potential is far more important than being with them. That's how it is. That's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. Trying to get the YouTube channel to 100K. I'm at 26,045 subscribers. Smash the subscribe button, smash the like button, hit the notification bell, set the notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop my videos. If you want to also come through and get a personal reading from me, the link to that is in the comment section below, called the Linktree link. Anything from Kareemspiritworks, tarot readings, birth chart readings, books that I have there on Amazon, the Kareemspiritworks clothing. Yeah, you can always feel free to come through, check it out. The link to that is in the comment section below, called the Linktree link. Also, too, I am making a video game If you join me on Instagram, you can actually see some of the concepts of the characters, right? And I'm doing everything I possibly can to where when I do release the video game, it's going to be amazing at least to me. I can't promise anybody anything, but it'll be as amazing to me as possible. Give it a chance. If y'all want to play, I will release the video game for $1. I'm not gonna, hold y'all. But that's it. Peace.